My name is Nabila Najwa binti MASRIZAMZURI, and my matrix number is F1350. So today our group will be presenting a cloud computing case study about Brightstar College. A little bit of Brightstar College background. So Brightstar College is a private higher education institution in Malaysia with around 2,500 students, 180 lecturers, and about 50 administrative staff. So currently, the college is still using a traditional on-premise IT infrastructure. So this means all their systems are stored and managed inside the campus itself. So sebagai contohnya, they manage their own file servers, email server, and also the student punya portal. So, however, as the number of students and digital services increase, this traditional system is starting to create several problems for the college. The challenges faced by Brightstar College. So the first problem is high server maintenance costs. This is because the college they owns all the hardware macam servers and storage. So means like they had to spend a lot of money untuk maintenance, electric dengan upgrades. Second is frequent system downtime during peak registration periods. So bila ramai student cuba nak access sistem tersebut dalam masa yang sama, the server they can't handle the heavy traffic. So means like the portal akan crash tak pun dia slow. So but it's on most high possibility it will always crash. And the third challenge is limited storage for student academic projects. So as student they keep submitting assignments, projects and files, the storage space jadi limited. So bila dia jadi limited, the student then will have a hard time to submit their work. So lastly is Brightstar also faces like difficulty supporting remote access and online learning. So because most systems are designed to be accessed inside the campus network, it becomes macam susah untuk student and lecturers to access them from outside. So overall, these problems show that the current system is not very flexible and difficult to scale when demand increases. Think it's so as we all know, cloud computing is a technology that provides computing resources through the internet instead of storing everything on physical servers in one location. So these resources can include data storage, applications, and computing power. So sebagai contoh, instead of a college buying and manage their own servers, they can store their systems on cloud platforms like AWS, which is Amazon, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. So one major advantage of cloud computing is that it reduces the heavy reliance on physical infrastructure. So this means organizations diorang tak perlu untuk manage banyak physical servers themselves lah, because most of the infrastructure is handled by the cloud provider itself.
Good evening, sir. YASOTHAA speaking. I'm going to take charge of question 1A. Hold on. Okay. So, before I dive into the answers, let's understand what Brightstar College is dealing with. So, it's a private college with about 2,500 students, 180 lecturers, and 50 staffs. So, based on this question, effective domain level 1 differentiate between traditional computing and cloud computing in terms of infrastructure ownership, cost structure, scalability, maintenance, and accessibility. Difference between traditional computing and the cloud computing is the infrastructure ownership. So I'll start off with the traditional one. Brightstar College owns and manages all the hardware systems, and including the servers, networks, etc. So they run, they buy, they maintain them. But this basically means that they invest heavily in purchasing and the maintenance over time. So this would somehow lead to burdens to them. However, cloud computing, the infrastructure is much more owned by the external cloud providers. So Bright Star College would simply access these computing resources through the internet with the help of internet without needing to um, maintain the hardware themselves. So with internet alone, they can just go into the servers and manipulate, manage, edit everything. It's just as simple as that. Another key difference is cost structure. So with traditional computing, the Bright Star College must invest a large amount of money upfront to purchase servers and other equipments. So they also need to like continuously spend money on maintenance and hardware upgrades. And as in cloud computing, they use a pay as you go model. It's like renting. It's the same concept as renting where the college will only pay for the computer resources and nothing else. They only pay for the resources that they only use. So they wouldn't have any large upfront investment. So this would technically helps reduce large capital expenses and allows the college to manage costs much more efficiently compared to the traditional computing. Scalability is also another major difference. Bright Star College right now is currently facing a system down peak during peak periods such as student course registration because the servers tend to not be able to handle a large number of users at the same time. So one thing about traditional computing or system is that it's very hard to expand. So if Bright Star suddenly needs more capacity, like the during the registration, so it tends to be slow. So they have to buy new servers instead, and the process of buying those is not something you can do it immediately. It takes time. It's a process. So it's not something you can do in a blink of an eye. But then, in contrast, cloud computing, the environment there, the system grows very fast. So computing resources can automatically just scale up when the demand increases. So this basically means the system can handle thousands of students accessing the portal simultaneously without crashing or causing traffic or high traffic in the servers or anything. So this basically means that the cloud systems grow faster and Bright Star College people could instantly add computing power during the busy time and shrink it back after on or after later onwards. Let's just say if after some time they have done using a much more bigger capacity, they could just downgrade it or decrease it anytime, anywhere. Now we'll focus on maintenance. Maintenance is another challenge when it comes to traditional computing because the IT staff at the Bright Star College would be responsible to monitor the servers or perform updates and repair the hardware failures. So it turns out that they have to have a team in order to fix, upgrade, and monitor all the servers. So it's such a hassle, but with the cloud computing, much of this maintenance responsibility is handled by the cloud provider himself. So this allows the IT team focus on improving the digital learning services for the students and lecturers. So when the provider manages the hardware, the IT staff or the IT team can focus on student digital needs instead of trying to fix the servers. Yeah.